Good morning, everyone. I've not got the sound down. What am I like? There. Sound is a bit crumbs on that. I was eating shortbread, I'm not going to lie. I'm just after eating shortbread and it was lovely. Look. So I've got crumbs places. I've got crumbs everywhere. Wait to get the chat up. Live chat. There we are, that's it. Good morning, good morning. I put the darker blue in my hair. It was a bit wishy-washy, I felt. So I've put the darker blue in, so I'm back to blueberry. I'm always a little bit blue, mind you, aren't I? I'm always a little bit blue. So wait till I show you what I got. I was a wee tad disappointed with this, right? Now, you know how much I love Makeup Revolution, right? You know how with the makeup bag, this is it. Right, and I'm a tad disappointed because I thought this would actually be fur and that would be velvet or something. It's just plastic. It's just a plastic bag. I thought that was going to be actual fur and that would be like velvet, but it wasn't. They could have made it better. They could have made it better. And that's the inside of it. You know what I mean? They could have made it a wee bit better, Makeup Revolution. See if you'd have put fur here. And that would have been like velvet instead of this plastic. Anyway, it's still nice. I mean, it's still a nice bag, but it wasn't... It could have been improved, is all I'm saying. So anyway, guys, I'd only done 40 lengths today. I wasn't feeling it. Don't know what's wrong with me. My mood's crashed. That's what's happened. Lady problems. Lady problems. I'm needing a good man. Like always, I know. What don't you? Oh, a hot flushing already. Get the fan on. Oh, hot flushing. So what did I watch yesterday? It was a Christmas film anyway I watched yesterday. Ollie, good morning, Ollie. Thank you very much for coming into the chat. Oh, I can't remember. What did I watch yesterday? Oh, I can't mind now. See, my memory's terrible. Oh, and then I watched a court case. I'm watching a court case now. I do like my true crime as well. So I've been watching this court case of this boy that had shot someone and during the Black Lives Matters riots. It wasn't really a riot. I think it was just more like a protest. And then it went too far, do you know what I mean? And people ended up getting killed and shot and stuff like that. So I've been watching that trial. Been watching that. Do you know, I actually had an invitation to be a juror. It was when I came back from... It was America. It was in America. Because I was in the other house. So I came back from Florida to a letter from the High Court. Right, that's a big case. It's a High Court. That was to do jury duty. But I got out of it. I wasn't well enough. I was still doing like my cancer treatment and all that kind of stuff. So the doctor wrote to them and said she's not well enough to be travelling and all that. And the stress that you must... High Court, that's where all the like murders and all that, that's like all the kind of cases. God knows what I would have had. And see my mind, see if it was a really bad story, it'd be swirling and swirling in my brain forever. That's the problem if I was in jury duty. See, because sometimes you've got to look at terrible pictures and stuff like that, and I wouldn't be able to forget. That's the thing. So a lot of people in the chat will say, oh, I wish I was in jury duty. I really don't want to. Sam, good morning, Sam. Good morning, lovely Sam. Did you see my makeup bag? I'm a tad disappointed. Makeup Revolution, and you know how much I love your stuff. Paprika ASMR, good morning to you. I'll show you again. Right, now I'll tell you how they could have made it better. Look, good morning, lovely Dan. Is the elf one right to match? Because I'll be doing this on Saturday. I'll be doing your elf makeup. It's just plastic. Oh, I thought this would be actual fur. And that would have been like that would have been velvet. It's just plastic. You know what I mean? They could have made it. They could have made it an absolutely outstanding bag. See if that would have been fur and that would have been like velvety kind of texture. It would have been the most amazing bag. But there you are. But anyway, I've got it. I don't know what I'll need to do my nails. Elf coloured. So anyway, that's my rant about that. I've not used any of the makeup yet. I'm saving that for Saturday. And Saturday we're going to be doing elf makeup. Yeah, they could have made it a lot better. It would have been a beautiful, a wonderful bag. I bet you everybody that's ordered that bag has thought the same thing though when you see the picture of it. You'd think that that was actual fur and this would be like velvet, and it's just plastic. You know, for £10, £10 with shipping, I expect velvet and fur. Not real fur, of course, not real fur. Faux fur. Anyway, do you know, I might watch Elf today. I might watch Elf. I love Elf. Dan, I'm doing okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm just doing okay. Some days is a struggle with just life in general sometimes, and I'm feeling that kind of way just now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if it's the change of life. Some days I just feel like this. I'm just not myself. And yesterday was a bit the same. So yesterday and today I'm having a wee bit of, I don't know what I'm going through. I'm going through something anyway. I'm taking yous with me. Yous are coming with me. Whatever I'm going through, yous are coming through it as well. Let's go. Is your night going good, Sam? That's good. Yes, my hair, it was awful wishy-washy, so I've put the blue back in it. The blue's back in it. So I've dyed my fingers. See the blue? And I did have gloves on, but obviously there was a hole in one of the gloves and my hands are kind of blue. Do you know, I seen a picture of it and it was a child that must have been about 5 or something that got into its mum's blue hair dye, and it was smeared everywhere in the bathroom. All over the child. The child was blue. All over the bathroom was blue. There was blue dripping down the walls and everything like that. It's 3:30 AM, my goodness, Paprika. It's 9:30 here in Glasgow. 9:30. Oh, thank you, Dan. I don't feel beautiful. I don't, but that's nice of you to say that. Thank you very much. But I don't feel my normal self. I don't know what it is. Pre-Christmas blues, maybe. Maybe pre-Christmas blues. I don't know. Don't know what's going on with me. And the hotel's still full of police officers. The swimming, still full of police officers, but they're not in their uniforms. They're in shorts and t-shirt, but they're all up at the gym. I'm in the swimming like that, looking up. See if I can catch his eye. Oh, Paprika. See, we're all different time zones. We're all different time zones. But you can catch me and catch up. I'm always here on cat. Well, sometimes I'm not. If I'm very naughty, I've got to end up taking the stream down. That's happened more than once, hasn't it? That's happened a few times. I've had to take the stream. I better take that down. And someone will come on and go, "What? Did you not go live?" And I'll say, "Yes, but I was naughty. And I'll try better next time." But I always end up naughty anyway. I'm always there, ending up naughty. But I don't know. Do you know what? I think I'm going to make myself a hot chocolate. I think I'm going to make myself a hot chocolate and just, I don't know, go for a maybe I need a nap. Maybe I was dreaming of my granny last night. Now I told you that sometimes she comes to me in dreams. I was dreaming about her last night again. And I was going shopping. And she was in her old house, the house that she was in before. The place that she went when she passed away. But yeah, I dreamt of her. So thank you, Paprika. I think it's just hormones with me. It's the whole change of life shenanigans is what it is. Sometimes I'm okay, but and this too hot, too cold, too hot, and then at night trying to get a sleep and I'm boiling and then I'm freezing and then I'm boiling and then I'm freezing. I can't win these days. I don't know what's going on. I do know it's, and I've got to go through this change of life myself, cold turkey. I can't get any kind of hormone replacements or anything like that. I've just got to go through it because the cancer I had reacted to estrogen. So I'm on a tablet to stop me producing estrogen. And so I can't have any kind of, I've got to just get through this myself. And I'm talking to my mum, she went, and it can last for years and years and years and years. I'm going, Mum, going to stop saying that, years and years. I've been going through it for about a year and a half. Years and years and years. Mum, don't tell me that. I'll be okay. And I've got this Baba to look forward to, this beautiful Baba. And all he needs to do now is put on weight. He'll be perfect now. 28 weeks. So all he needs to do now is plump it up for Granny. I like plump childs. I like to get right into their necky there and go like that and blow. I like to do that to their neck. Oh, it's good. This is the very last Christmas without the grandchild. Next year I'll need to have barricades round things, won't I? I'll need to have the place barricaded off. That'll be it started. That'll be it started next year. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh dear. I shouldn't have ate all that shortbread, but look, I was feeling sorry for myself, so I ate all that shortbread. It was delicious as well. But now I've got crumbs places. I've got crumbs. You don't want crumbs in your bed, that's the worst. Has anybody ever ate toast in their bed and then you're trying to sleep and you've got crumbs in your bed? It's never good, that. It's never good. I've got to get up and make the bed again if that happens. Saying that, I sleep with her. She's my bed buddy, so she is. The wee one there. She's my wee bed buddy. She sleeps. Sometimes I'm falling out the bed like that, and it's a double bed, and she's lying sprawled out in her back, and I'm hanging out the bed like this. And I don't want to move her because she's so comfortable. I sleep in her bed. That's what happens. Clem, good morning, lovely Clem. Good morning to you. Good morning. You'll see the hair's dark again because it was too, as we call it, wishy-washy. It was a bit wishy-washy. So look, I'm blue again. I'm blue. Dee 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 dee. Clem, wait till I was showing everybody. Makeup Revolution could have done better, right? I got my makeup bag and it's cute and it's pretty and all the rest of it, right? But it's plastic. You know, £10, and you would think that this would be actual fur, and this would be like velvet or something like that. They could have done They could have done it a lot better than plastic. Do you know what I mean? It feels a bit cheap. And £10 for a makeup bag, that's not cheap. I'll show you inside. I mean, it is cute. I suppose it's just the novelty of being elf, but I would have preferred it if it was like velvet and fur. So that's my rant. Makeup Revolution, they need to contact me. But when we're doing the blueberry palette, when we're doing it. In fact, it's been a while since I've emailed them, hasn't it? I'll need to email them again. I'm going to keep on at them. I do love their products. And I've got bruises. I don't know what I've done to myself. I've got bruises all over the place and everything. Ah, Dan, thank you very much. They could have, it feels a bit cheap. Do you know what I mean? It feels a bit cheap. They could have made it an absolutely wonderful makeup bag, just by doing a wee bit of fur there and having that like a kind of velvety texture or something instead of just plastic. I felt a bit, I don't know how I felt, but I wasn't thrilled. I mean, it is cute, but I wasn't thrilled with it, and I was hoping to be thrilled with it. Anyway, I'll be using this on Saturday for our makeup and I'll be making sounds with it. But I could have made a lot nicer sounds if it had been fur. I wonder if anybody else is thinking the same as me that got that makeup bag. I don't know. I've not used the. I don't think I'll ever use the bubble bath. It's too nice to use. It's too nice. Good morning, Open Mind. Yes, I put the original blue in it because it was a bit. It looked a bit washed out. Yeah, makeup does get messy, but they kept this in here. This, and then had it nice on the outside. Do you know what I mean? I think it would have been better. It could have been better. Saying that, I still like it. I don't know if I would have bought it knowing that it was just plastic, but I do. You know, there's Elf. I mean, how can I not like Elf? I love Elf. So. So today, I don't know what I'm going to watch. I'm going to try and watch something happy and pick my mood up. My mood open-minded. I'm a wee bit, I don't know, I'm a bit down today. It's the whole, it was the same yesterday as well. It must be, yes, open-minded, that's for Makeup Revolution. I got that. I've got lots of their Elf range products I'm going to be putting on you on Saturday. I'm going to be making you into Elf on Saturday. What was I saying? I can't remember now. Mikey's over there digging like hell. So I don't know what I'm going to watch. Something happy. Any suggestions? Something happy. I need to watch something happy. Do you know what's good that always has me laughing? Step Brothers. Has anybody ever seen that? Oh, Step Brothers is hilarious. I might actually watch that again. I'm going to watch that. Will Ferrell is hilarious in it. Yeah, so I've got loads of Elf products open-minded, so you're going to get made up to be Elf on Saturday. Right, see, we don't have that. What do you make of that, eh? And it starts, what time's it? It's only 9:30 and already I've got the trolls in. I've already got the trolls in. Oh. Imagine that, eh? That's disgusting. Disgusting racial thing. That's terrible, that. Imagine that, open-minded. That's terrible. They'll probably make up another account, so just watch for them. Wonder if they feel better about themselves after saying things like that. Do you think that they feel... Yeah, oh, I'm going to watch, yeah, Step Brothers is great, isn't it? I love Will Ferrell and everything he's ever done. I love him. I mean, he was on the adventure with Bear Grylls. That was hilarious. I wonder if I can get that. See if I can get that. I'm going to watch that. Bear Grylls and Will Ferrell. It's hilarious. It's so good. Well, I did watch Squid Game. I quite enjoyed it. I'm kind of halfway through the Alice in Borderland. I'm kind of halfway through that. But I have been, as I say, I'm watching a trial. What's the name of the trial? I've been watching a trial every day. It's a young boy, and he murdered someone, and it was during the Black Lives Matter rallies and stuff like that. And it was like a bloody machine gun or something he was going about with. I don't understand. Anyway, see, we don't have guns here. We don't have guns. Some of the police do, but... Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. Yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse, the boy's name is, and he looks so young. I don't know what age he is, but he looks like a wee boy. That's scary. Wait till I see if I can get a picture of him here. I can't, but that's his name, Kyle Rittenhouse. I've been watching that trial. I've not seen that one, Open-Minded. Lucas, I've not seen that. I'll need to watch it though. I'll need to watch it. Do you know what this? Do you know? I think this is the same guy that was sending me threats. And see if you're watching, we'll find out it's you again. Just with this. So keep it up, pal. You know we found you before, don't you? Yep. The police know. So keep it up. You'll end up getting into a whole lot of trouble. What do you make of this morning, Open-Minded? On a day I'm not feeling it as well. Don't be coming in my chat and doing that, spamming it with stuff like that. There's a special place in hell for people like you. Oh, Bernie, I've not seen that, Paprika. I've not seen that. See, there's not a lot that I've not seen. Haley, who knows? I think it's the same guy that was giving me hassle, but do you know what? We'll find out again if it is him, so. And we know well, the police know his address and everything like that, just so he knows what's his step. They'll be away making another account right now. They'll come on again in a minute or so and say the same kind of stuff. And do you know what? I can't understand how people come in and say things like that and then feel good about themselves. I would be ashamed, quite frankly, and I'm pretty sure their mother would be ashamed of them coming into people's chats and saying things like that. God sees everything. See what's happening in your bedroom behind the computer doing stuff. God's still watching you. God sees all. Is it free on YouTube? I'll need to watch it then. I'll need to watch it. Haley, it's crazy this morning, and I'm not I'm not on top form. I'm not on top form either this morning. I need to give myself a shake. That's what I need to do. I need to give myself a shake. Maybe it's to do with the moon. Sometimes I think that whatever moon it is that affects me. But do you know what? I'm just blaming hormones. I'm hormonal. I'm going through the change of life, and it's no joke. Are you not, Haley? Maybe it's just, as I say, maybe it's just something in the air. Because my mum, they're not feeling too good either. So it's whatever it is, it's just going about. Do you know what it might be also? The weekend that I had with Poppy. As I say, I thought she was going to take a heart attack. I was terrified that I was going to lose her because she was so bad. And especially Saturday night. Saturday night she was really, really bad, like panting and terrified. So I don't know. I don't know if that's maybe done something. Dan, thank you so much for coming into the stream and saying lovely things. That's very kind of you. And I hope you have a lovely sleep and sweet dreams to you. Haley, sometimes I find that though, that I'm not feeling good and then I come on and talk about it, and a lot of people are feeling the exact same way. Is it pre-Christmas blues? I don't know. Don't know what's going on. Do you know, right, and open-minded, do you know, but see if Officer Dan got in, Officer Dan. Officer Bob, sorry Dan. See there I'm hitting on Dan. Officer Bob. See if Officer Bob was to give me a wee email or something like that. Would you like to go out for some lunch? I'd be like, forget going out for lunch. Come to the bungalow. I've got something for you here, officer. Yeah, Squid Games. Haley, did you watch it? It was quite gory, even. You know what I mean? But it was a good story. I enjoyed it. But the other one, the Alice in Borderland, that I'm halfway through. Maybe his name is Officer. I don't know. I wish I would have got his name and number. Can I have your name and number, officer, in case they need to contact you directly? See, I don't know, then they might think I've been making a whole entire story up just to get my leg over. Do you know what I'm saying? Look, I was saying a lot of stuff as well, and that was me holding back. I mean, I told him what I like to do on Saturday afternoons. He knows that. I'm a terrible person. Look, I've got blue dye everywhere. I've got it under my ring. Oh, for goodness sake. Look, blue everywhere. My glove was burst. Of course it was burst. I'm having one of these days. The glove was burst. So that person will be just about to come back in and out, because that's about how long it takes you to make a fake profile. I've got two profiles on YouTube. This one and my blueberry vlogs that I never go on. That's mine's. Do you know what? And see, in Scotland, if you've got something to say to somebody, have the balls to say it to their face. Don't be hiding in a dark room underneath a stone to say it. If you're going to say something, just say it. I don't like you, Blueberry. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I might grow on you. I'm like a fungus. Growing. Growing on you all. ASMR growing. Like that. I wonder if they're just going about looking for people just to see. That's terrible though. Imagine seeing the kind of... I can't imagine seeing that kind of hatred. I'm glad I've not got that hatred in my heart. I've got love. All you need is love. Dee 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 lee. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Oh, the Beatles. You can't whack a bit of the Beatles, eh? Open mind. I know. See, I don't attack people. I'm a kind person, really. You know what I mean? I just want everybody to love and be happy. That's all I want. Just that. Well, and Officer Bob, or Aquaman, or Elon Musk. Mo, good morning, lovely Mo. Thank you for coming in. Elon Musk. Oh, here, talking about that, I watched Dragon coming back in this morning. No, I watched my NASA live feeds. Dragon capsule with crew number 2 came back this morning. Beautiful touchdown. So I watched all of that. You know what I mean? I sat here and watched the whole thing, watched the splashdown. Edge of Ismar, good morning. So that was good. I was in my glory watching that. Anything to do with NASA, that's it, I'm there. Elon, where's my rocket? I thought you were going to build me a rocket. I was hoping they would. I'd need 2 seats though, because I'm a big girl. There's a lot here. I'd need 2 seats maybe. I don't know, depending on the size. See, you'd have a big bulky spacesuit on as well. The seats must be quite big. I don't know. We'll try it. I'll try it out, Elon, if you want to fly me over to SpaceX in California. That'd be awesome. First class. I've never been first class in my life. Never been first class. I did go business class one time. Over to the USA. It was, do you know, that was when it was just me and the girls. I actually went to Florida with just me and the 2 girls when they were dead young. And it was business class we went. It was my mum and dad that paid for it, you see. So it was business class. It was a wee bit better than what we're used to. You had a wee bit more room, and you had somewhere to put your feet and stuff like that. Still wasn't the comfiest. I want to be in first class where the beds are. I bet you not one person has ever joined the Mile High Club being in coach. Right, because your knees are up. I just don't understand that, how you could be in the Mile High Club when you're, in the cheap seats. Thank you, Dan. Is that Mikey chapping at the door, Mikey? Yeah. And then, or the toilet, I don't think MD in the cheap seats has ever managed to be in the Mile High Club going to the bathroom. I mean, you can hardly fit yourself in that thing, can't you? Never mind 2 people. It wouldn't be romantic. It'd be, ouch, oh my leg, I've got cramp. Ow, you're elbowing me in the eye. It'd be all that stuff anyway. Do you know what I want? I want a plane like Austin Powers. Can MD remember Austin Powers' plane? Yes. There's my golfer girl. Good morning, golfer girl. I want a plain little Austin Powers that's got the bed, the circle bed that just turns round. I want that. I'm having iron brew, open-minded, my usual iron brew. Gemma, good morning, lovely Gemma. Austin Powers is awesome, isn't he? There's my sky. There's my sky. Look, I was moaning at the beginning of the stream because I got my makeup bag. You know how excited I was. Here it is here. But it's plastic. I thought this would have been actual like fur. And that would have been like velvet or something. It's just plastic. So I feel a bit, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I've got it, but would I have got it if I knew it was just plastic? I don't know. Austin Powers is great. Jazzy, I'll show you what I had for breakfast. I'm just after having it. Shortbread. Thank you, Jim. I put my other blue in it because the blue that I had in it was a bit we call wishy-washy. It was a bit washed out looking, so I'm back to vibrant blue. For Santa. Santa baby. Oh, yes, oh, I love a bit of shortbread. And see, in New Year, you've got that in your house. You can't really call yourself Scottish if you've not got shortbread in your house at New Year. That's a must, shortbread. Christmas time, must have at Christmas time is a ice cream called Walls Viennetta. You must have a Walls Viennetta. Must have it in your house at Christmas time, or it's not really Christmas. And a box of After Eight chocolates. You've got to have them at Christmas time, or it's just not right. Yeah. They've open-minded. Wait till you see what I've got on Saturday. I've got the bubble bath that looks like maple syrup. I've got the palette that's called Don't Be a Cotton Ninny Muggins or something like that, what he says in the movie. So I've got all that. I can't wait to play with it all. I'll play with it on Saturday. See, I'll be dead happy. See when I go in there and I'm sitting and I'm putting my makeup and all that on. I don't know, it lifts my mood. Maybe I should do that. Oh, shortbread's wonderful. Hee, I'm a blueberry again. I'm blue, dee 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 dee. See, I don't like singing the other part because see in Glasgow, the Rangers supporters took it on themselves to change the words to that song, right? You know how my team's green and the other team's blue? They sing, if I was green, I would die. If I was green, I would die. I'm blue, dee 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 dee, like that. That's what they sing. So they turned it into a Rangers song. And I don't like singing it. It's not as bad as some of their songs, mind you, but listen, it's tit for tat, I suppose, in Glasgow, you know. That's what it's like. But I'm a nice person, not that I would, because my son likes that team, you know, that the blue team, whereas I'm a Celtic girl. Jazzy, I'm in Glasgow. I'm born in Glasgow. See, Edinburgh accent is more softer. See, like Sean Connery, he's quite posh, mind you. He's quite posh. That's an Edinburgh accent, but a lot of people wouldn't be able to tell the difference if you didn't come from Scotland. See, we can. In fact, about half an hour down the road, they talk completely different for us here. We call them tutors, right? The further out they go, and they call us Ouijas. I'm a Ouija. As Glaswegian, I'm a Ouija. I don't do the Ouija board. The Ouija, do you know what a Ouija board is? The Ouija board's one of the poltergeist, it's not poltergeist, what the hell is it? It's one of the spirit board things. That's a Ouija board. We're called Ouijas, but it's nothing to do with the devil to the person that thought it was a satanic. Have you, Jazzy? See, the Edinburgh's more, I don't know, fancy. I'd say fancy than us. Dundee's probably just like Glasgow. I've been to Aberdeen as well and Inverness. That's up at Loch Ness. That's where I was hunting for Nessie. I was hunting for Nessie up there. And I told the poor Japanese, I says, Nessie's actually got children. And they were going, really, know that? And I'm going, ah, yeah. Oh, Nessie's got kids. Nessie's got kids. And I said to them, so are you going to go up and try and take pictures of Nessie? And they said, no, we're going to capture Nessie and take her back to Japan. I thought, steady on, you've got Godzilla already. Do you know what I mean? Leave us a monster here. You've got Godzilla, leave us Nessie. And anyway, I don't know how you're going to fit that in your suitcase and get it through security. You can imagine it, a big Nessie like that. What's in your suitcase? Nothing, just clothes. Why's your bag moving like that? No reason. You wouldn't get that by customs, would you? I know they had Godzilla, but they were going to capture. I swear to God, they were wanting to capture Nessie and take her back to Japan. So, see, on the Monday when I had went back to my work, I said, "Did you see Nessie?" No, they were raging. No. Ah, the Royal, yeah, the Royal. I've been there, been in the Royal. Yeah, that could have been a match. That could have been a good match, eh? Nessie and because they both like water, so they've got some things in common, don't they? Because Godzilla comes out the water, doesn't he? So Nessie likes the water, so that's a match right there. I'm thinking that's a match. Leave our monster. You've got your own monster. And in America, you have got Bigfoot, which I think there's something in it. Heather, my lovely Heather, will be like, Blueberry, there's no such thing. And I'm saying, but there might be. I think, because all these people can't be wrong. Do you know what I mean? And police officers, right? Now, can you imagine a police officer going back to the station and saying, look, I just seen a Bigfoot? They would get laughed at, right? But some police officers have actually done that. And they've got it on camera as well, and I'm sure it's on YouTube. It's a policeman and woman, and I don't, open-minded, I'm not sure if it's maybe in Canada. Anyway, so they're driving down this road and it's dark. And all of a sudden you see this thing coming out in front, right over the road, about 2 steps and it was over the road. And they say to each other, did you see that? Ah, yeah, I seen it. And they turn round like that. So they seen a Bigfoot. So it's Heather. So you've got that. You've got cool animals. We've got Nessie. But do you know who has seen Nessie for real? For real? Every hotel and guest house up Inverness way. They've all got stories about how Nessie's come into their garden and stuff like that, you know. They've all seen it. I've had a few flavourings. I mean, maybe I'd see it too. I don't know. But that was my Japanese friends. Oh, I used to have such a laugh with them, and they used to have such a laugh with me. I used to make them laugh all the time. I'd have them cracking up. Yeah, see, Jazzy, the thing about Loch Ness is it's so deep. Plus, there's underground caves. This is true. There's like hills all around Loch Ness, right? It's like down here. It's a big loch like that, and there's hills. But there's actual like caves. See, if you dive under there, there's actual like caves that you could go in. So that's how they always said that something could be hiding in the loch. Could be in one of the caves. See, when I was telling the Japanese, they were like, oh, they were right into it. Like, because they love a bit of Godzilla. Do you know what I mean? So Nessie, they were like, taking it back to Japan and make a fortune. Imagine me going to Japan and saying I'm here to hunt Godzilla and take him home. Come on, Godzilla, in the bag. In the bag, Godzilla. I've been in, it's freezing. Loch Ness is absolutely freezing. But then again, I've swam in the very North Sea, so I have. I swam where you could look out and see oil rigs. Loch Ness can feel really spooky. That is one thing. See, when you're going round it, There isn't. It's like Glencoe. There's a place called Glencoe in Scotland, and a lot of battles went on there. I think it was the McDonald's and the Campbells and the McDonald's. I'm sure it was, and it was like it's like a big glen like that, and they would come charging down the glen like that, and then they would all just meet in the middle and just kill each other. So up there as well. See when you're up there, we've got goosebumps now. When you're up there, the hair in the back of your neck stands on end. It's the weirdest feeling. Especially see if it's like misty and stuff like that. Is a very spooky place. I think see if you were to spend the night there, I think you would maybe see a few apparitions. Oh, do you? Open minded. I'll need to take a wee screenshot of that because I need to look into that. I'm right into all this kind of stuff. Um, See, I know that in Florida they call the Bigfoot skunk ape, right? Um, and there's a few in the Himalayas. It's the Yeti. So and they're all the same kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? There I've paused myself. See, I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. Oh, oh, see, this is it. I mean, you just never know. And listen, they do find new species all the time. So it's possible that there is something out there. But I was watching a thing, right? I don't know how you feel on this. Aliens again, right? And people were saying that it was funny because every time they seen a Bigfoot sighting, they seemed to see an alien craft. Right? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But here, it's a possibility. Jazzy, there's been big cat sightings quite a lot. Yes, there was. I remember one down in England, a big cat. See, years and years ago, people were allowed to own exotic animals, right? And then it became illegal to own exotic animals. So the people that had the exotic animals just let their animals go. Just open the door, out you go. Kick the animals out. And these exotic animals have been in the wild. So now and again, you do get like a big cat sighting. And my ex-husband one time, this was years ago, he used to work like with the council, and he would do like gritting when it was like icy weather, and him and his workmates were sitting having their cup of tea or something at a break, and there was a fence, and they were looking in. I think at first they thought it was a large dog. They'd go and look at that dog. There's a dog there at the fence, and then the closer it got, they could see it was more like a cat. It was more like just the way that you know how cats move with their shoulders and stuff like that, like this. It started to do that, and then it just jumped over the fence like that. And either him or one of the guys he's worked with went and stood next to the fence, and it was a big cat. It was big. So I mean, they are seeing big cats and stuff like that. But that's what they done. I think that was back in the 60s. 60s or 70s, it was illegal, and so people that had exotic pets just opened their doors and just said, right, out you go. Go and find a new home like that and put these big cats out and stuff. The boar. See, I've never the boar. I know they can be quite dangerous, but so can badgers, right? You know how I feel about the badgers. Leave the badgers alone, guys. I feel bad for the badgers. The badgers get a hard time. Although, see if they were to catch one of my dogs, they would kill it. Badgers' claws are huge, and Jack Russells like to go down holes. You know what I mean? Because that's what they were bred for, like hunting rabbits and stuff like that. Um, so there is things in Scotland, but more likely, see if you were to bump into a big cat or a boar or anything like that, it would run away from you, because humans are the most scary thing in this planet. Humans are. Look at the devastation that we get up to. It's terrible. Look what we do to our beautiful planet every day, and the animals that stay here putting poison down and all the rest of it. See, where's my tiny violin? I know. The wild Ned here in Glasgow. Here, mate. These are sluggy your monk's wine there. A slug means a drink. He's a sluggy, that monk's wine. Oh, see, just keep it on a. Let's see if I can get away with this word. A leash. I get away with it. Usually when I say that word, they start dancing. Uh, Make sure it's on one of them. Do you know what I mean? As I say, see they two would be away. See if they seen anything running down a hole, any kind of wee animal, they'd be straight after it. Straight after it. Jack Russells. That's what they were bred to do. You can't. And see the time that Poppy came in with a blooming bird in her mouth. She's a bird killer. Kill a bird. It was a big fat starling as well, and it was lying on its back with its legs up in the air in my son's bedroom. He woke up and he went, "Mum, there's a dead bird in here." And I said, "Are you sure?" As if you're going to mistake that. "Oh no, it's just a shoe, Mum. It's just a shoe." "Are you sure it's a dead bird?" And he's going, "Mum, there's a dead bird in my room." And it was going to the lair, we always called it the lair, where she would sleep. And it was in that direction, so we knew it was her. See, Jazzy, we've got the Glen, as I say, when I was 16, I was a sewing machinist, and I worked in a factory. We used to make bras and knickers and all that. And I had to walk through the Glen. Now, the Glen's where a flasher ran out the bushes at us and stuff like that when we were small. But in Scotland, you're not allowed pepper spray, you're not allowed to carry anything like that. But me being my sewing machinist, I always had my scissors with me. They're like snippers. It's for cutting bits of thread and stuff. I always had them in my pocket for work purposes. Wait a minute to open this door for this dog. Oh, Mo, thank you so much for coming in to the chat, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Listen, as I say, go into Google Maps. It gives me a wee thrill. Go into Google Maps, right? Go to Loch Ness, round about Loch Ness, and take your wee guy, take him like that. And it's Nessie. It turns into a wee Nessie, so it does. And you're like, "Oh God, there's Nessie." If you're in Area 51 and you grab the wee guy, it turns into a UFO. And then, where was it? It was somewhere in Florida. See, I like to Google Maps. Somewhere in Florida that I was looking at. Oh, these houses. Look, not only did they have fancy cars, they had boats in their garden. See, at the end of their garden, they had a wee boat place like that, and they had their own boats. And not a good, no like a dinghy, like proper boats. So anyway, I was going about that neighbourhood. And see, when you grab the wee guy, it turns into a mermaid. I was like, "Oh God, look at that." It must have been a famous place, but here, this is how the other half live. Boats in their garden, boats. Do you fancy going out in the boat? Look, that's a different life altogether, eh? For what we've got. For me sitting here just watching the Neds go by Sky out my window, that's my entertainment. They've got boats in their garden, boats. There you are. I was pretty amazed with that. Oh, see, when I'm a millionaire, Sky, I'm going to take you all. We're all going on a boat. Scallops. Do you know, I don't think I've ever tried a scallop, although I would love to try a scallop. They look good. I've never tried lobster either, but I have tried scampi. And I love scampi, and I've only just realised that scampi's a small lobster-like thing. And I do love it, you know, with a bit of mayonnaise. Oh, yeah, mind our cruise we were going on. Our cruise was great. We had a cruise. Do you know, see, this weekend I'm going to hire out, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hire out one of these people in Florida, one of their big hussies, right? One of the ones that's got a right good boat. And the boat's going to be called the party boat, right? We're going to have a party boat in our garden. Jason's going to be there. He's got tinsel round his neck, by the way. Jason's festive in the kitchen. We'll bring festive Jason with us. He can wait on us hand and foot, and we'll get other people to wait on us. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll have a pool and a jacuzzi and all the rest of it. I don't fancy swimming in the water because it's Florida and there's a lot of snappy snaps. Yeah, I don't fancy that. Alligators, and I don't know if you're running away from alligator, if you're to run straight or if you're to run zigzag. So I'd probably run a wee bit straight and then a wee bit zigzag and then a wee bit straight and then a wee bit zigzag if one was chasing me. I wouldn't like that. I was always frightened of that. See, when I was swimming in the pool in Disney at night time and a leaf was to brush against my leg in the pool, I'd be like, it's a bloody snappy snapper. Jazzy, I had a jacuzzi this morning. My wee place that I go swimming's got a jacuzzi. So I done 40 lanes and then I go in the jacuzzi. But I don't sit in the jacuzzi like this, like most people. I lie in the jacuzzi with my face over the side of it like that. So that I'm getting all bubbled while I'm looking out the window. Oh, it's great. And then there's a jet, one of my favourite jets, and it gets right into my back. Oh, that's heaven. But boats, I've never been on a boat like that ever. I've been on ferries, not Christmas ferries, boat ferries. I've been on a few of them when I was going over to the Isle of Bute and stuff like that. But I've been on a catamaran in Yugoslavia. It was at the time I was on one of them. But I've never been on one of these fancy boats. Sky, see a few years ago when it was I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Um, Iceland were doing a deal and it was like kangaroo steaks, alligator, or it was crocodile. It wasn't the alligator, it was crocodile. And other weird things. And I thought, here, I'm going to get that and fry it up. Do you know, it smelled good when I cooked the crocodile. It turned white. It was like a white meat when you cook it. When I was eating it, I just couldn't get it out of my mind that it was a crocodile that was eating it. I couldn't eat it anymore. My son was a meat eater at the time and he enjoyed his crocodile burger. Buffalo, what is that? Does that just taste like beef? Would that just be like a beef? I'm imagining it would be like a beef. It smelled nice enough. It didn't have a bad taste of crocodile. I was just too much in my own head thinking about it. What else did they? Emu burgers. That's what they had. They had emu burgers. They had crocodile burgers. They had kangaroo burgers. I can't remember. Reindeer. They're just like caribou, aren't they? Really. And I watch a lot of Alaska, The Last Frontier, and the other Alaska. I can't remember the name of that one, but and what they do is they hunt the caribou, and there's millions of caribou all over the place, right? So see if a family kills a caribou, that's going to be meals for a long time for that whole family. And they use everything of the animal. See, I don't mind that. That's something I don't mind. If they're using the animal, they use the whole lot. They use the fur, they use the hoofs, they use everything to do with the animal. So the whole animal, lasts a family for a long time. So I suppose that a reindeer and caribou are just basically the same, aren't they? They didn't sell any human meat, Sky. See, I don't fancy that at all. I really don't. But saying that, see if it was a situation like Alive, do you know? Well, I suppose you all know that story. Years ago, it must have been back in the 70s, 60s or 70s or something. And it was, I'm sure it was an Argentinian rugby team or football team were going over the Andes mountains, and something happened and they ended up crashing in the Andes, and a lot of them died, but there was quite a few of them left. Yeah, and it's a true story as well. I would do it. I would be in the same situation, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So what happened was they were there and they were in the Andes. The search party called off the search party. These people were up there for months, right? And there was no food, but there was bodies, and they all decided that they were going to have to eat the bodies to stay alive and stuff like that. And that's what they done. They did, and they stayed alive. And I would, in my head, what I would get in my head is, um, when you're like a Catholic, you go to chapel and they hold up the Holy Communion, and it's meant to be the body of Christ, right? It's his body that you're taking in to survive, kind of thing, that is his body. That's the way I would get it in my head. That's the way I would be able to do it, kind of thing. I'd be like, this is God giving me food. That's how I would get over it. But these people done it, and it was like there was no cooking devices either when they were there, but they survived. It's amazing that they survived. So under these circumstances, I think Andy would. I think you would have to, because the survival instinct you've got inside your body is so strong. You know what I mean? That you would just do it. But if you haven't seen that movie, you should watch it. I'm pretty sure you can get it on YouTube, and as I say, it's a true story. You can watch the actual guys. The actual guys do interviews and stuff like that. And it was a shame because they were getting called cannibals and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't really like cannibalism in my eyes. What a topic, eh? What a topic. There we are, we're talking about eating folk today. That's the way this. Look, I'm going to need 18 this chat. How do I do this to myself? I don't know. It starts off at innocent stream, and then if it's not naughty stuff, it's right nasty stuff like that. But anyway, it's a film. It's Gold Dust. We're talking about Alive, the film Alive. we're talking about would you do it? I would do it, but I would get it into my head. It's the body of Christ. That's the way I would rationalise it to my own brain. What's the tattoo? Which one? I've got loads of tattoos. I've got this one, my stars. I've got stars. I've got lots of tattoos. Never mind this tattoo. Saying that I've got a story for this one. That's the one that I done myself one night when I was absolutely hammered with a tattoo gun, and I went to town right there on my own neck. Yeah, my stars, I've had them, oh God, I've had them over 20 years. I've had them over 20 years, I'm sure, but I think I had them before Peter was born. I've had, years and years I've had these stars. It's actually two lots. The first lot, it didn't look right. It was like, I don't know, it was like in the shape of a W or something they done. So I went back and got more. So it's 18. I've got 18 stars here, but I've got stars all down my leg. I've not even counted them. Too many to count. Right, yous two. Look at her. She's acting all pretty. What you up to? Look at her. She's acting all pretty. So she is to Mr. Mikey. Leave Mr. Mikey alone, you. Look what's happening to me. You see what happened. Wait, what's going on? Wait, you see what happens to me. Look. she's a terror, so she is, but it was a wee shame for her. Oh, Jazzy, I've had a lot pierced also, everybody knows. I've had a lot of things pierced in my time, and a lot of them I actually pierced myself, which I don't recommend you doing, but I do stuff like this to myself. I know she's like, my goodness, what's going on with you today? Huh? Wee shame for it. Last night that I did hear a couple of the fireworks, but just as it started to get dark, she sat next to me and was just shaking, just sitting shaking like, my poor baby. You my darling bloody things. I know this guy. Oh, see, Jazzy, I just do that. I actually pierced the most sensitive part of my body ever. It took a solid like 2 hours to complete the procedure because it was ouch, ouch, ouch. It was like that. So, but that piercing's out now. Oh my God, I'm like, I'm not brave, I'm just stupid. That's what I am. I wouldn't call it brave, I'm just stupid, so I'm doing these sorts of things. I could have turned infected and it could have fell off, and then that'd be no fun. That'd be, my fun time would be over. Wouldn't it? That'd be terrible. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go and I'm going to watch. I'm going to open mind. I'm going to find out that monster, that sea monster. Oh, Beauty by Louise. Good morning to you. He's a lot better now. He's a lot better. I think we've all had the cold. Um, yeah, Jazzy, I do stuff like this to myself. I don't need anybody to hurt me. I do it all on my own. Mickey, good morning. I'm just about to come off, but see if you're tired, put on one of my videos and it might just relax you. It might just relax you into sleep. L'amour, Sky, l'amour. Isn't it l'amour? So anyway, I'm going to go and I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be feeling a lot better, but I don't know what I should do with this chat. I'll just leave it up. We'll see how it goes. So I love you all very much and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone.